Hey everyone, Jake Fugit here with Smartland Apartments. Now, some of the major life goals people tend to have include things like getting married, getting a great job, and getting their own house. Now, buying your own house is one of those traditional I made it moments and can definitely be a great feeling. However, this may not be the case for everyone. So, while your white picket fence may still be a dream and is definitely still on the table, here are our 10 reasons why renting may just be better. Number 1, you don't have to pay for maintenance. One of the big advantages that renting has over homeownership is that you don't have to pay for maintenance or repairs. If you're the one renting, then the landlord has sole responsibility to pay for those. And if they offer things like specialty repairs or 24-hour maintenance, you could be getting a great service that you might otherwise have not been able to afford. And trust me, a broken heater or a burst pipe is much easier to deal with when you're not the one paying. Number 2, you're not stuck. When you buy a home, typically you're going to be locked into a mortgage until it's entirely paid off. This process can take years, which most likely means you're going to be stuck there for years. When renting a property, most properties have 1-year leases that you can re-up, or you pay month to month. If anything unexpected happens to you that would force you to move, it would be a lot easier from a rental. Number 3, extra amenities. Another benefit to renting is all the extra amenities that some places offer. Some places have amenities that tenants can use freely. These things typically include gyms, pools, and rec rooms. In order to have that in your home, or even to use independently, it's gonna cost you a pretty penny. Some places also offer in-unit amenities such as smart home technology. These would give you an extra convenience or an extra comfort that you typically wouldn't have had otherwise. Number 4, no property taxes. Along with not having to worry about maintenance costs, another cost renters don't have to worry about is the property tax. These can add a lot of unwanted stress and take quite a bit from your paycheck if you are a homeowner. Because renters pay for their building, they also pay any property taxes on them. Number 5, no huge down payment. Another striking cost to owning a home is a ginormous down payment. It's usually 20% of the house's price. Toss this one on the stack of ever-increasing incurred costs. When renting, you're going to save a ton of money up front, usually only needing a security deposit and maybe a last month's rent. A rental property is much easier to pay down and manage. Number 6, property value does not matter. For you. Of course, to a landlord looking to sell or attract more tenants, it might be a concern. But to you, as a renter, property value most likely is not going to affect your decision making. This is another one of those costs that gets incurred by owners that you don't have to worry about, and this definitely can be a huge stress relief on your end. Number 7, fixed rent. While your landlord may be able to change your rent price after a lease is up, you will always know exactly how much you're going to be paying each month. Locking in rent with a lease is very stable, much more stable than the ever-changing costs of being a homeowner, where anything from taxes to the market could drastically change what you're going to be paying. Having fixed rent will allow you to budget more effectively and spend more confidently because you know exactly how much you need to spend to live. Number 8, much lower utility costs. One of the huge selling points for some places is utilities included. When a landlord will pay for one or more of your utilities, that is an entire bill that you get to keep. Also, with apartments typically being much smaller than houses, it costs much less to completely heat, cool, or light up a rental. This means that it is less money coming out of your pocket each month. Number 9, less debt. The fact of the matter is that when you buy a house, you're gonna have to pay full price. This normally means getting a loan from a bank and then paying that off for the next stated amount of time. Renting does not work in the same way. Instead of having a huge down payment and then paying it off as debt for the next few years, you agree to a lease and you pay that price until the lease is up. And leases are typically way shorter than any mortgage. Yeah, you'll be paying every month, but you probably don't need a loan to rent somewhere. Number 10, do more. With the money you're going to be saving, lack of debt, and the flexibility to basically move whenever you need to, you can just simply do more things while renting. While I wouldn't say a house is dead weight, I would say it's more like an anchor that can potentially keep you somewhere for a while. You don't have nearly the flexibility owning a home as you do when renting an apartment. Overall, though, it's just going to come down to your preference. In conclusion, you shouldn't totally discount home ownership, but when broken down, in the short term, it is much more strategic to rent instead of own. If you have any plans to move, travel, or maybe get a new job in the next 4 years, it may be in your best interest to rent instead of own. Your wallet and your adventurous side will thank you for it later. Till then, happy renting.